Hi, it's Danny Beck. I've got a web channel looking at the wisdom of Jesus in the gospel and the parables. And something that we can all use is an increase of faith. Jesus, every time he performed a miracle, almost every time, he told the person that was receiving it, your faith has made it so. Your faith, your faith. And so the apostles had a natural question: Lord, increase our faith. Because they saw that having faith could could allow them to perform miracles and do a lot of good. And so he explains which one of you then has a servant working in a field would come in and would you offer to serve him? He says, I trow not. He says, wouldn't he rather say, put on an apron, cook and serve me, and afterwards you can take care of yourself. Then he says, so likewise and he's generally talking to all the disciples, say, we are unprofitable servants. We've done what it was our duty to do. Now watch the shift then. First he started on the first person. He says, which one of you? And then he has turns and he talks to the next person, says, wouldn't he? So I mean he's actually referring back to the first, but he say, wouldn't he rather say this? And then he says to basically to all of them. So you were kind of all unprofitable servants because you just done your duty. Now then, there's a fourth parable, the fourth mention with regards to the Gentiles. Jesus points out that the Gentiles exercise authority over those beneath them. And so you have this idea that the exercising of authority is almost like this way of getting people to do what you want them to do, and you don't give too much to your worker, because if you give a whole bunch, maybe they just start getting lazy or complacent, or they don't stay focused on their job. You've got to kind of keep a heavy hand on things and push them and demand more if you want to get results. This is the worldly way of thinking, right? But Jesus is pointing out that if you do all that you're supposed to be doing when the Lord comes, he says, I tell you that he will put on an apron and he will serve you. He will wait on you. And also that Jesus says, I don't come to be served, but to serve. And so the greatest among you will be the servant of all. All of these things are relate to our behavior and how we might treat other people, and that affects our expectations of how we view God treating us. And if we think God's a cruel God who's just pushing us and is not thankful whatsoever, and wants us just to be this quote humble person who just keeps giving and giving and is not appreciated, then and we're not talking about earning your way to heaven. We're talking about what we expect out of God, whether He's loving us, and whether out of love He would want to care for us in various ways. So this affects our faith. And so if we want to have a stronger faith, we have to be the kind of faithful person who cares about those who are of service to us, and just as we are of service to God, or we work, for God and working in to build the kingdom of God. And so all these things are connected, and they do help increase our faith. And it's a reflection of the world that we live in, that we're kind of taught, don't let up for a minute. Keep your heavy hand on things, or you'll get taken advantage of, or your workers will get lazy. It's this kind of thinking that it requires them to practice. Practice is what you do when you exercise. You're practicing to get stronger and stronger. It's not even part of your character to be hard on people that working for you. Uh, but back in the Roman days, that was the theology. That was the belief system that they had. And look at now America, that we truly are a blessed nation, and because of Thomas Jefferson says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. That was the difference between the Roman day of thinking and our modern way of thinking. And still, the rest of the world is trying to catch up to America. But this is the essence, the spirit of our prosperity, is that we believe that we are. It's self-evident that we're all created equal with rights. Isn't that interesting? So that's my message for today, and I hope you find that valuable. And please like, subscribe, and comment. Have a great day.